Good evening and welcome to a matchup between CrimsonAvix and MoonrisenPhoenix. I'm Furious K alongside Smallfires. This is a matchup between one that's very noticed in the commentary community, while the other is known more on the admin side, but both are pretty good racers, and we should see a good race here this evening.
Yep, CrimsonAvix is coming off last week defeating the other Phoenix Ignition. Moonrisen had a pretty close race against Bogey last week. There was a pretty tough level 9 finding the silver arrows. Alright, it looks like we are starting with a letter. And very close to the wood sword screen, and we do not have a wood sword. Oh, we found level 9.
And it looks like it's going to be a fun level 9 at that. It's either in the first quest position or it's in a shapes position. We'll have to find out later, as it could have been the left prong of the skull.
Our tracker Stan also got a look at the starting Triforces, and we've got Triforce number 1. That one never moves, so I got that one for sure. Find out the other one for you as we determine what dungeon quest we are in.
So, of note, Candle's going to be a little bit more expensive than we'd really like it to be in second quest overworld. Bomb's also kind of the same note, so if we look at this as a second quest money seed and there's no take any one candles and you get these bomb droppers shuffled or something like that, it can be really, really nasty.
Another candle shop at Death Armos. 70 is definitely a lot to pay for a candle, and 30 for bombs as well. So still walking around with a lot of not without a candle. There's not a whole lot of things we can burn over here. Just gotta make our way over to more open caves.
Yeah, would think that both runners are going to try and route through the grave, head up towards the Grave Armos and those open caves. There will be one in the graveyard on the left this time. Once we get an idea of what's at the Armos screen, we can start making a decision as to what we think's going on. The seed, as a runner, if you see the power bracelet in its normal spot, it makes you at least want to hope to find level 1 and level 4 first, although we still don't know what the front half is.
Well, we've got a gray level 8 here.
Yeah, given that position, I'm going to make the shapes call at this point.
Yeah, I think that's too high for the bottom of the spiral.
Well, we know what, I can tell you it's not going to be the spiral, as it looks like Take Any Ones do not have the extra candles. The reason we knew is because level 9's location only has 2 spots in the very middle that you can start at, and when they entered level 9, they were in the bottom row on the left side, so it was definitely a skull or a shape. The reason why I'm going to call that not first quest 8 is because you could go left, up, and right at that location.
Right, okay.
So if it were first quest 8, the left door wouldn't be there. So I'm sort of thinking it's going to be Shape's back half at this point. Good news, arrows did roll down 10 rupees, so you can take that 10 rupees you lose on the candle price and transfer it there if need be.
For sure, and it's not too unfriendly of a location to get to. Hints have different prices, so they could be worth something, and the people are saying different things, so we won't need to translate them.
Crim's going to take a quick look around this level 8. Goma's going to say no that direction, and without the key, unless you want to pirouette to the east here real quick and take a look, there may not be much more we can do.
And behind door number 3, Rupee Boss.
Yeah, I think it's something that we can go ahead and Kananaki as well if we leave the top rupee there available. Might just farm into a blue candle, though, which is a very reasonable strategy given the overworld setup we have. And in fact, I kind of think that's exactly what's happening here.
Yeah. Not seeing a whole lot of secrets so far, so this might as well be a small secret each time you do it. Moonrisen's clearing out some more overworld, found another door repair, unfortunately.
So, let's see, one more would get you a blue candle. Could go all the way to wood arrows and blue candle, but at some point, well, we're not going to get the Kananaki, but at some point, you gotta call it quits on that, I think, and just start making some progress. And that's, I think, what Crim decided after getting that 70 rupees. And that's enough bosses, and that's 100% of shape now, if that was ever in doubt.
Can't do much about Patra at the moment. Oh, there's the wood sword. Just sitting over to the east, almost by the coast.
Yeah, it's a bit of a walk, but Moonrisen makes it work, and 8 minutes isn't terrible on that timing.
Yeah, as well as getting his first bomb drop as well.
Yep, CrimsonAvix, and we're going to probably get that blue candle now. So both will have weapons, just one will be a little bit more repeatable, and we will get the coast check to find out that it is a wand, so definitely shuffled items. We don't have vanilla.
Always nice to see when we have such a common chance of vanilla items. Blue candle pickup for CrimsonAvix. You can go right back to these nearby burn spots and see what's under them. Got a level 5 under another armor spot. Armor must have a lot of useful things under them today.
Yep, taking a look at this location in level 5, coupled with the location that we entered level 3, this is going to be a rare all shapes. I'm pretty sure. Yep, it's all shapes. And beefy manhandle is to boot.
Oh, buddy. Could not take out a single segment of that manhandle with a bomb. Well, we like shapes around here. This would be nice. Seen plenty of letters in second quest. Nice to get some new layouts.
Gleok lurks by a lake. That is a hint in level 3, and it tells you that, well, this is actually a true hint.
Yep, we got level 4 by a lake.
So, potential for hints to be helpful.
Got a medium secret of 37, not too shabby.
Yeah, we definitely are getting bombs from the Tektites at this point, so that's another hint that we may have some fun times finding bombs later. Do like the small secret rolling to the max, though. That's going to help out. Here's our first shape, and it's beautiful as predicted.
Wow. Segmented level 4. With a Patra.
Starting to get that feeling that extra bosses might be a thing. I mean, it's really premature, seeing as we've seen mostly extra bosses in level 8, where there's a lot anyways, but I don't know, it's finding a Patra right off the bat in 4 kind of gives you that feeling.
Yeah, plus we only saw so many rooms in 8, and there will be a lot more to look through as well.
See, there you go, an extra rupee boss. Confirm. Trolling,
Perfect.
of course. Okay, now I can confirm extra bosses, since that's the second boss in level 4. And we know they didn't roll 0, as level 7 is now found. We don't really want to be digging that too much. Maybe Rick 6 it, which means explore the rooms that are open early, and if you get nothing, you leave.
Well, can pick up this compass.
I mean, you would have only gotten wall mastered back a room, but almost got had there. Door number 2 results in a nope via the moat. Door number 3.
Well, little more. Crim's found the magical sword. 5 hearts, not nearly enough for that. But something to keep in the back of your head, maybe.
It might have an early item in 7, or just a transport. Early item, white sword. There you go. There's a reason to dig that.
Nice that it's early. Never have to come back here. Well, maybe have to come back here.
Yeah. Until we know for sure on the art shuffle, might have to come back, but I definitely think bailing after finding the staircase item 5-ish rooms into exploration is probably pretty good.
Yep, and it's close by start as well. They can come back if they're really out of things to do.
We now have the candle on both sides. What's interesting here is Crim could very easily manage to find their way into the level 7 and get to the white sword, as it was pretty much free. Just walk a couple rooms. So they end up with a first sword, white sword. We did see the large secret, and the only one in the seed, rolled down 6 rupees. So not devastatingly low rolled, but not ideal when you're only getting one.
Ooh, white sword, red candle, and it rolled down. 4 hearts enough to pick it up.
Yep. The downside is it was candle blocked.
Well, you love to see it.
It is a repeatable ranged weapon. I can speak. Yeah, as chat points out, this is a lot of combat for Moonrisen early, and I would say if experience gives Crim anything, it would be a slight edge in combat, so already eliminating that by having the early advantage to the white sword and red candle is going to help Moonrisen out a lot. Pretty much giving him a lead just as soon as he can find somewhere to go digging.
The other thing stopping Crim from getting into 7 right now is no bombs.
Yeah, but definitely has the money to go get bombs. And if by chance Crim kills a Tektite, might find out what exists there. But we do have the wood sword now, so more things to hit with.
Yeah, that solves that problem.
Yeah, so one has no bombs and no keys. The other one has no money and no keys. And we get the Armos check of a raft.
Decent time to find it when you're clearing out overworld spots. Just do those on the way.
Yep, so you gain like 6 or 7 flute spots, you gain 3 power bracelet spots, and you gain no raft spots in second quest. So, not exactly the best item to have found until it has a dungeon. And level 1 is candle blocked in the eastern part of the woods, so, or the forest, I guess. Crim is going to nope it for now, which is fair. We can definitely look over here at the Armos screens.
Right next to 5. It's pretty convenient.
I would probably expect Crim to go back to 1 at some point, not too long from now. But level 5, we need the Triforce out of. Level 1, we don't. So if you find everything you need in this 5, like if it's heart shuffled and then you get both silvers in here, it's definitely worth. This is the room that turned MoonrisenPhoenix away, I believe, as the Superman handle was no fun.
Alright, 3 bombs defeats it.
Well, we're going to continue the theme of great-looking dungeons. As close to a start as an entrance to death, that is truthful as well.
Yeah, both of those location hints Crim has seen, so might be getting to thinking that hints could be a decent investment.
Yep. The trolliest I've seen so far is the first 7 hints were true, and then the 8th hint was completely a lie. So, I'm gonna wait, but definitely starting to feel good about the secrets, or the hints rather, being reasonably helpful.
How big is the big secret? It is 94 rupees.
And you have 2 extra small secrets, so those rolling the max, or 20 rupees each, does help a lot more than normal, where there'd only be 4.
Yeah, small and medium both going up will help them out significantly, I would think. It's hard on the floor in 3, by the way.
So, still feeling good about Heart Shuffle being off, given that we've seen 3 overworld checks all be items, and we've seen staircase item, and we've seen a floor heart. But I've again seen a lot of trolling, so still gotta wait a little while. Alright, this door did not close after getting into it. Sword beams are going to help quite a bit against these gels. Unfortunately, they didn't drop into like a... Oh, I was going to say they didn't drop into a health group, and then suddenly that appeared.
Not 1, but 2 hearts.
So there will be 2 transport staircases. Well, there'll be at least 3 on this side. I think. Well, no, I guess technically it could be 2 and 2, but yeah, there's an extra transport staircase in this 5 given the segmentation. So it was a 20% chance that was the item, and it was no dice.
Got transported in 3 as well, so we've got some very artistic shapes today.
Let's see how far this transport goes. Not as far as some have. Zols are 2 HP, so that's helpful. Here's another staircase with a map. I want to see this shape. That is unsurprising, given the way that level 4 looked. Well, okay then. We found another very nice item in a staircase that is not a heart container, so still on track to not have to really worry about floor hearts at this point.
It is also combat. Not just yet, but Moonrisen knows where the wooden arrows are. Triforce in a Triforce room, as he picks up his Triforce in level 3.
Yeah, I think Moonrisen's just going to play under the assumption that until the game tells me there's a floor drop I need to look for, I'm just not going to. Moonrisen now finding that the level 4 hint seems to be truthful. Looks like maybe testing the raft out just to see what's going on up here.
Well, there's the arrow purchase funded.
Oof. Yeah, I think Krim was clearing that room without knowledge of maybe what exactly drops bombs yet. Was maybe hoping to see if Dark Nuts, the red Dark Nuts, rolled their normal bomb dropping. Krim definitely knows that it's shuffled drop groups based on the health that was received by the gels a little while back. Sword Beams makes this room really trivial that Moonrisen is in.
Yeah, couldn't do anything there the first time, but second trip, easy enough.
Health dropping group for the Wizrobes. They did look like they rolled 6 to me, so that's not particularly fun, but could be worse. Guess there's no way to really know if they rolled 5 or 6 HP, but we'll go with 6 just to make it sound worse.
Well, it was nice enough of a room to have them in as well.
The good news about shapes and not second quest, is there will still be a lot of logic that links more to first quest, and so key drops will be fairly plentiful in 4 and 5. Well, that's a great room for Crim to get locked into. And another Triforce. Looks like Moonrisen's just going to try and go with this seed. Didn't blame him at all for the dig of 7 and then kind of going after just getting the staircase item in 3. But 4 would have been interesting. Maybe just doesn't have the map and is trying to figure out where it all goes.
Yeah, well, he'll get it soon if he keeps, like, if he looks around in this direction a little more.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get past the Patra. Doesn't really want to clear. And Crim is going to go back into 1, which I knew was going to happen eventually. Goma not, well, might be blocking a floor drop item. Dodongo dwells along the coast. So south coast bomb spots might be interesting to look at when we have bombs. And then the northeast corner is pretty much the other spots that I would be interested in. The raft spot would be amazing for Moonrisen. Probably not too bad for Crim either, given it's the Armos item.
Yeah, I can't imagine Crim going without that for too long. But you also saw level 1. You got 2 stair items in here.
Well, stair item here, and then the floor, and then a heart container.
Right, sorry.
You're all good. Any key was in the staircase there. Crim, I think, had 4 or 5 keys going into that, so maybe was not super thrilled at finding it, but you never turn your nose up to that.
2 dungeon items, that's the word I'm looking for.
Another heart on a floor. And another room that could be a drop. Crim taking the try in 1 for the health refill, I suppose. There's not really a whole lot else to gain from that at the moment since we had that one.
Just gotta remember that dig dogger for later, and choose a different way to go.
Yeah, this Goma, this would be the room that the boomerang's in 1 normally, so that's why it could be if the drops aren't shuffled. But based on this room, having the compass, we know that most of the rooms are shuffled up.
And I can bulldoze through all these key doors as well.
Moonrisen looking at level 8 again. Yeah, we're starting to run out of rooms to look at for free in this level 1. Gonna guess that one of the bosses is blocking the map at this point, because I don't think it would be that deep into the dungeon. Yep, sword beams is a reason enough to go ahead and clear this Patra. It is a drop room in first quested shapes on the right side.
That's a friendly Patra, as long as you don't get squished up against the wall.
It's trying to. Yeah, this is the one you want to lock into its pattern. Like when it's doing this phase. The Expando, getting locked into Expando phase is no fun, but this one's a little bit easier to deal with. Some nice kill of this Patra, and we'll see if it's a drop. Well, we don't need that. And we don't need that either. Thanks, game. We got an any key in now. I think that's 5 keys found with the any key.
Yeah, just refunded all of our keys after we could get through all these doors.
And Moonrisen showing you that second quest money means nothing when you're in his position, since he's got 255 of them. Crim at 198, even having gotten the rupees from the rupee boss. Boomstick hype.
Wow.
So the wand is on the coast, and that is pretty affordable. I think we're going to see it. It could be a book for maps as well. I definitely understand the thought process of not picking it up, but I think I'd go for it. Yeah. Looks like that's what we're going to see here.
His money also did go down from max, so either he had to have hit like 2 door repairs or he bought a hint or something that we couldn't see.
Yeah. It's now a question of whether or not the seed is going to be ladderless, and or if it's important items in 9 with ladder in 9. That'd be really mean.
Well, we've definitely seen some places where ladder could be helpful.
Yeah, we've also not necessarily seen any way that it completely prevents progress to a Triforce in a dungeon, so until we hit that point, it could be scary.
Any luck with the E-strap spot?
Yes. It's on the coast. That's another truthful hint. Looks like a little dog there.
And yeah, we've got Atlas.
So the book is definitely going to pay off. There's the power bracelet on the floor.
Good dog.
Crim could opt into buying hints. That would be pretty important to kind of getting back into this a little bit. It's not nearly the runaway that it looks like at the moment, as the arrows are going to be purchased by Crim. This is a rather deceptive lead. It's definitely a lead because Moonrisen's got more dungeon knowledge, but a lot of the Triforces aren't too difficult to get to so far, so the Triforce count in and of itself is not that big a deal.
Yeah, not super deep. 5 rooms into 2, and it's the first thing you really see in 4.
I think the deepest one we saw was level 3, but it's past the bow, which is important in its own right.
Yeah.
And then level 2, you run into the power bracelet and you run into the Triforce room immediately thereafter. Moonrisen's going to probably go into this dungeon, so the Iniki advantage is going to go away pretty quick. We still have Dig Doggers in the shuffle here, which is potentially a concern.
And now having that map of 1 explains a little more about what was going on in here.
Yeah, I think Moonrisen, now that I'm thinking about, probably was contemplating whether or not wood arrows would be the better purchase. I didn't think about before this dive, but Gomas being plentiful and bosses being plentiful as well makes that a potentially important purchase, and we'll need to find some money, if nothing else, so that we can purchase those.
Yep, and Crim did pick up some arrows, and luckily the small and medium secrets are so high that, like, I don't think it'll be unattainable.
Yeah, the only potential issue is if you have a situation where you need to also buy something like the bait to be able to progress in the seed. I think if you have that situation appear, that's where it gets rough. Crim heading back into this 4. So this is a dungeon that Moonrisen decided not to dig the item out of. If Crim finds it and it's something extremely important, then we're looking at potential to get back into this a little bit.
Yeah, if Moonrisen does come back here, he would have the map at this point, and would be able to make another decision at that point, because it is super linear.
I definitely think the floor drop in this one is going to be blocked. Question, Chan, are hints accurate? So far, so good on that. Could be deceptive at some point. We'll find out. But every hint thus far has been helpful. Oh, never mind. There is a floor drop that is obtainable. Oof. It was bomb block, though.
Red ring on the floor in level 1, guarded by Patra, of course.
I was going to say, I'm not even remotely sure why he's killing this Patra now. Get out of there. We got what we wanted. I think
that moment of like, oh my god, it's a red ring.
Just testing it out. But yeah, here's the staircase item. So Moonrisen's getting a lot of quality of life now, as opposed to go mode items.
Alright, we've seen 5, we've seen 8, we've seen 9. I think we're still missing 6.
Yeah, it's all fun and games until you walk into 6 and you see approximately 11 Dig Doggers.
Superman Handler re-defeated.
Speaking of Dig Dogger, great gazes in the forest. The forest Armos does count, so again, helpful.
And yeah, hint-wise, we haven't seen any of the bot hints that I know of. We've just been seeing like the level hints in the dungeons, and those all have been on point.
And to answer the question, chat, the only reason that the wand is a potentially big deal is that Moonrisen has bought the book out of the shop. So if that wand is obtainable and Crim finds that shop, that would be a boomstick.
We got decently high bomb prices in this seed, and if you have a hard time finding a bomb dropper, boomstick could come in handy.
Looks like Crim's going to tackle this Kliak slightly more difficult way, although sword beams now are being used, so shouldn't be too difficult to finish this off. Another question, chat, about Heart Shuffle. So far, so good there as well. I believe we've now seen, what, 5 or 6 dungeon items and at least 2 floor hearts. So seems likely, but again, the last race I commentated, we made it at least 45 minutes before realizing that it was on, so I don't want to get too ahead of the game. Really does feel, though, that Crim needs to find a good item in this 4 to kind of, you know, get the seed moving a little bit.
Moonrisen's also found the tea room with Manhandla.
Yeah. Moonrisen can almost bully his way through that room, though.
And that was also a heart room, so it's our 3rd floor heart, I believe.
Wow, this room is full of money. You know, if this isn't the item for Moonrisen, I'm beginning to think it's in the segment.
Yeah, running out of rooms.
I believe Moonrisen was blocked in this level 4 on the south path. So this is probably going to be... Ooh, there's a heart on the floor again. Yeah, let's just call Heart Shuffle off at this point so that it actually throws a item on the floor. There's a heart in a staircase, but it's the first one we've seen. So for all we know, that could be the Coast Heart. Item in 4, watch it be a heart. Nope, that's big.
All the way at the bottom of the bigger segment as well.
So Crim gets a really big item in a dungeon that Moonrisen has already cleared the Triforce out of. We do not have a required ladder block at this point, but you really feel worried if you don't have the ladder going into 9. So definitely something that Moonrisen wishes they had found. Gleok returns with a boomerang, so that would be level 8's hint. Another hint here, Goma creeps on Death Mountain. That's pretty useful. We can go up there and take a look for that.
Yeah, wow, that was a huge segment, even though it doesn't seem to have had our item.
Yeah, so I would be hesitant to mark the boomerang in 8, but that's something to think about going forward. And Crim may suddenly be on the bow hunt here in 3.
I don't remember Moonrisen clearing this room. Bunch of blue dark nuts seems a little ruder than what he was doing in here. But Moonrisen's got the Triforce in 5 as well. Oh, he did clear it. Okay.
This is a pretty good job by Crim getting through this room. It's not necessarily fun on Woodsword. Looks like the Any roads are not going to shuffle, so we're going to take a quick peek at second quest 4's push block here. No dice there, so Death Mountain is the only potential use for the power bracelet.
Right, okay, because the transport's right here. Well, that Dark Knight room was probably easier with the White Sword as well.
Yep, I'm going to take a quick look into some more rooms here. Got shuttered in, so that's no fun. I feel like Moonrisen just took the staircase, but maybe it was after already clearing this room, and I just didn't notice until then. Wow, Moonrisen going back to 4. Not entirely surprising, given that it was a key door block and we only have 2 rooms left, I think. Well, no, might have some more rooms than that, even.
Yeah, Moonrisen checked over here before going back for the transport. In 3, that is.
Yep, so let's see. We're just going to go east. So going to take the long and windy route to nothingness in this corner.
Can't fault it, though, because it's more rooms. We just happen to know it doesn't work out.
Crim getting into the staircase, finds the bow. Well, might find a few seconds just to walk over the map out of curiosity and killing the keys in that corner, but that's about the only reason to go that direction. Otherwise, we're just turning around and getting that Triforce and getting out. We've seen the map of 3. It was pretty spectacular. Just Crim doesn't get to see how spectacular it was.
Yeah, it was kind of like 2 thick lines.
Moonrisen opening the staircase and realizing, wait a minute, that's the one we used to get over here. Blue ring for Crim. Has not seen the boomstick, so this is not that big a... I guess this isn't that big of a deal to him, but to us, we're a little bit sad. I have a feeling that the moment Moonrisen gets this ladder out of 4, we're going to see a quick run over to the coast. Crim also still needs to get to that grave Armos check for the raft. It prohibits him from entering level 2.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's inevitable, but it just hasn't been up there that much.
Yeah, may still not go up there if Crim wants the wand first, which is what appears to be happening here. Oh boy, that's unfortunate that Lionel kind of pushed him to hit the screen transition.
Yeah, let's try that again.
Just a mild inconvenience. Our overworld is full second quest. Moonrisen getting trapped with a Goma, realizing I still don't have my wood arrow purchase. Wouldn't be terribly shocked to see Moonrisen kind of Triforce and go this if possible, given that it's a good chunk of rooms for what he probably presumes is a boomerang and question mark. From now going towards the White Sword Cave. I think this will eventually lead towards checking the river spots and then the Grave Armos, which I'm not going to just yell misplay here, but you do really feel awful when it's like 50 minutes into a seed and you haven't looked there, because if that's like silvers or something, it's real bad in your current holding.
Yeah, but we found so many levels and they were so tasty.
Yeah, we found another floor heart in 8 this time, so that's what, like 4 or 5 different floor hearts across 2 screens. Kane or Cecil, that's actually none of the above. I believe it's just straight up Onion Knight in this case. Although I can see the resemblance a little bit.
Well, if they didn't know that level 1 was in the woods, they would have found out in level 8.
Yeah, which is, again, sequential. The bomb upgrade shuffled, so at least one hint will kind of be in a weird spot. It might have been the hint for the entrance to death that got moved. Currently turning his nose up to the raft. May just be trying to finish off some clearing of screens before going back for it.
So what you're saying is because we saw the entrance to death that replaced the bomb upgrade in that dungeon?
Well, we get, in First Quest 5, we get 3 hints. One's a bomb upgrade, and 2 are just actual hints or information. So, with the entrance to death being in that dungeon and no bomb upgrade that I can recall, and there also being a bomb upgrade now in level 8, I'm just kind of guessing that the sequential hints happened, but the bomb upgrade shuffled, so it moved them around a little bit.
Right, okay. Yeah, there's a flag just to move the bomb upgrade men, and it would make sense that it swaps them with other old men.
Yeah, it just kind of ruins the actuality of sequential hints being normal, because there is a chance that it would swap one of those. Level 6 is confirmed in Death Mountain. I'm willing to now just go ahead and say, yeah, it's helpful. We would have at some point seen something wrong, you would think. Doesn't matter which side you push, Moonrisen, it ain't going anywhere. Gorilla grumbles close to start. I believe that was at a bird bush near start somewhere, so that's truthful.
Yep. Oh, it's actually under a, it's a bomb cave.
Ah, but it's still in that region. So the real question now is, where are silver arrows? So that's the one real piece we're looking for. Wouldn't mind a flute, but silvers are kind of the more important find at the moment. Yeah, Moonrisen hasn't gone back to the coast for the wand. I think that's a little bit interesting, but might just be progressing through the seed naturally, and we'll try and get there at some point. Definitely taking the full tour of this level 8.
I can't really think of what would naturally bring him back to the coast, unless he has things to check in the southwest still.
I mean, if you run out of bombs, I think that's pretty much the major play you make. That's actually a more tame 6 than could have been.
Trying to figure out what that looks like.
There's not a lot of rooms left in this 8, and looks like Moonrisen really wants to make sure that he's not leaving behind the silver arrows or flute. Everybody in chat, meanwhile, is probably rooting for Boomerang and Magic Boomerang. Oh, there's the boomerang that we were fairly certain was here. That's another hint confirmed to be helpful. Since we saw the Gleeok returns with the boomerang hint a while back. We don't have such a hint for a magic boomerang, though. So what rooms were left? Was there a Dig Dogger block somewhere, or a Goma block on a staircase room that we didn't see?
Well, there was a Goma. I don't remember if it was a push block room. Or rather, a stair room.
Maybe it was blocking entrance to another room behind it or something. I don't know. Just interesting that Moonrisen would leave unless he had information that he couldn't get somewhere. Well, that's a nice room to be locked in with. Still have a blue ring and sword beams and 8 bombs, so this room is definitely still doable, just not nice of the game to do this. So at this point, Moonrisen's probably taking this any road to the grave. Yep, he has the hint for level 6 being in Death Mountain, and has no reason not to believe in the hints. Meanwhile, silvers are in 6, so we have proven Triforce and Go mode as long as there isn't a Dig Dogger block for Crim.
And those silvers are right next to the Triforce as well, so if Moonrisen just takes a peek around the Triforce, he shouldn't be without them for too long when he finds the level.
Yep, so now it's just a question of which direction Crim chooses to dig. If Crim digs all of Death Mountain first, I think Moonrisen's going to have a relatively significant advantage in the 9. That does not appear to be what Crim is going to do, though. Going to end up bombing near start, which, as you noted a few minutes ago, will lead to level 7.
Yeah, he was without bombs for so long that he just never saw this level in some of the other caves.
My assumption, well, I was going to say, I don't think we're going to see much action in this dungeon. But what do I know? If we go right, we find the item. Going up. Still going up. But you can see the acceleration now from Crim. It's was literally just going through rooms looking for routes to go, and not really worrying about much else. Worth noting that the Triforce is 1 room left of the start room in level 6. And so, ooh, this is a map of 7. Nice. Thanks, game. Helpful, but thanks.
So this could be a fast 6, depending on where he decides to go. If he keeps going left here...
Yep. Not going to, but if Moonrisen had gone left, it would have been really quick. So, Moonrisen's still going to have an advantage, even with the tour currently being embarked upon. Just because Crim's routing in 7 was not as profitable, given the any key. Best thing that could happen is a boomerang to the side. My presumption is Crim is looking for the recorder. If I were to bet, the recorder is in level 8, and it is Goma blocked, and level 9 has the big shield and magic boomerang. That would be my guess.
Yeah, that's probably pretty likely.
We have seen Magical Sword, yes. It's pretty close to start, or at least where they started in this seed. Well, actually, it's both.
Yeah, it is next to Vanilla Level 1, if I recall.
I don't feel like Moonrisen's going to be super likely to go dig that. Or go look for a Magical Sword. Even being at 80% thanks to the 50-50 for 12 hearts to be enough.
And he does go down and see the Triforce, so he's going to get his Triforce in level 6.
Crim, meanwhile, does find the transport staircase in 7. We'll get to see where it goes. Moonrisen probably just heading to 9 at this point. I don't think there's any reason to make any more pit stops, even for Magical Sword. And don't think the wand's even going to be in play for now. Which again means boomstick, which means bomb walls open.
Well, this is going to be a mags check, most likely.
This surprises me a little bit. I know it's almost guaranteed at this point. But we did see the white sword rolled down to 4, so that wasn't going to be... actually, it was actually just a 60%, given that those two are not independent of one another. You either get one or both, or one or... No, one. You either get both or neither to shuffle.
Yep, that's right. We saw the red candle pick up at 4 hearts, so that definitely rolled somewhere, and both of them are controlled by the same flag.
Yeah. So now we're going for the boomstick, it looks like. I don't recall... I thought level 9 was... Nope. Going for a potion. That's also fair. So Moonrisen's not planning on dying in level 9.
It has been a while since I've seen blue be the better deal.
Are we boomsticking now? No. We'll be able to kill most anything for bomb drops, though, given that we have Magical Sword. This 9 is thankfully not segmented, so no 7th staircase.
44 rooms.
Kind of figured that based on the fact that we've seen the map of both 7 and 8, and they're rather large. Crim, meanwhile, gets the facts on Triforce in here being no good, and wow, there's Zelda already.
Wow, okay.
So this is going to be a really quick 9 if Ganroar happens soon. Well, yep, quick 9 is quick 9. It won't be right here, it's either up or right. Bait not required. Yeah, this is pretty much GG at this point. 4 hits or 1 hit doesn't really matter. We got red ring, silvers, 2 potions. Moonrisen's not losing this.
Not 0 HP, but that's not really going to be a problem.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's 0-4, could take a billion drivers and chug 2 potions. It's just going to take a little bit of time and that's it.
It's going to take Ganon a lot more hits than it's going to take Moonrisen.
Alright, so Moonrisen taking a brief pause, maybe just to bring the room back up. I know some people play with it closed. And we get to see the GGs for Moonrisen.
Crim has just seen that boomerang in 8 as well. But that is GG to MoonrisenPhoenix. Your first place finisher in this race with a race time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 34 seconds.
Yep. Really well played. Definitely got the better of the 2 orders, and Crim didn't do much wrong other than probably just the level 7 dig. Forgot that he had the Triforce in there, so this just goes to show that the order is really paramount to who wins and who loses a lot of the time. Because on paper, I had these two being really close, and while Crim can certainly close fast, it probably still is going to be about a 7 to 10 minute margin.
The recorder tune that we never heard was the Me Plaza theme on the Wii.
I could do without that. With that, I believe we are joined by MoonrisenPhoenix. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yep, the old man giving the truth right there. Taking the left at Spectacle Rock. This is definitely a right order seed versus a less correct order seed. You picked the early dig of level 7 to get an early combat advantage, and then immediately, I think, found the bow after that. So, got some big items early and never really looked back from that point.
And I've got to say, there's a lot of luck involved. I was scared when I saw all those Gomas item blocks. I didn't see any items in 8, and I was just like, the recorder's still missing. What if Crims found the recorder? Oh my goodness.
Well, the recorder, we believe, is definitely an 8. Unless there's some sort of shenanigans with important items in 9. The other items outstanding would be the shield and the magic boomerang. So, our bet is that we saw some Gomas blocking staircases in 8, and we thought maybe that was a situation where we maybe had a Goma block of the recorder.
Entirely possible. I mean, I didn't buy arrows early, and for the longest of times I thought that was going to bite me in the backside, but silvers and 6, and then at that point it was get your unmentionable to 9.
Yep, Crim is going to find the Triforce, I think, now in level 8 and be able to get out of here. Really doesn't have too much of 5 left to dig, and hasn't stumbled upon 2 yet, but has the raft to get in there. So could wrap really quickly, or could take a while, just depending on the order of the overworld from here.
Yeah, that was a wild one.
Yeah, we got item shuffle, we got shapes, we got second quest overworld. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff thrown together.
We got extra bosses.
We got a boomstick, and we got disappointment from Moonrisen for not going to get the wand at any point, though we don't necessarily blame you. At some point we thought maybe with 2 bombs, given that you picked up magical sword and a potion or 2, that you might think about going for the boomer, but nope.
You know, I completely forgot this was boomstick. Oops.
I see. Well, we just assumed you were putting it off until you didn't have any more bombs, and then you're going to get it to get bombs.
That would have been the plan, yes, but at the same time, I was, like I said, it was get your blank to 9, and I wasn't even thinking about boomstick by that point.
Yeah, there's only one real way to troll yourself, and that was somehow finding the Triforce room in 6 before finding the item and having that be early on, as Crim is going to find level 2 here.
Power Voice was right at the opening, and for the longest of times I'm thinking, the moment I saw Raft Block 2 and the Power Bracelet at the door, I'm like, Crim's got this already. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he actually spent a while in like the global south of the map and did not get the raft for a very long time.
I see.
I think it was 47 minutes.
It was definitely a high number.
Yeah, it was a long time before the Armos check happened. But there's the Triforce, one room past the Power Bracelet. So we thought for a while the lead that you had was a little bit deceptive. Just because you had a huge Triforce lead, but as we just noted in level 2, and a couple of other dungeons too, like level 6, you could really have done that whole dungeon in 3 rooms if you got lucky. There's a handful of early Triforces that allowed you to really accelerate the Triforce lead faster than perhaps the actual lead was going.
And as much as the Triforce lead was deceptive, it was uncomfortable at best.
Crim back in 5 now. This is the last Triforce to find. I don't believe he found it on the first dip in. So
it's kind of in the middle here, and you have to wrap around this old man.
I think he got locked up by a couple of different things in here. Probably combat. I know there was a death that was a bit unfortunate. It might be manhandled blocking the way as well.
Yeah, the early Superman handlers seemed like nobody's friend.
Yep, so I'm going to maybe try and bomb down here, and if possible, yep, that's a Triforce, so you're correct. So suddenly, from 3 Triforces down on the done to full Triforce and heading to 9. Definitely think this is about a 111 or maybe 112. even with the wood sword and blue ring as opposed to white and red.
And Smilefire's definitely right. Superman handler's nobody's friend, even on the best of days.
So yep, level 9, no map. So we'll have to take a little bit of a jog around. Well, gonna go left first, which is really important. And ladder was absolutely required. We were thinking about that. Where were the ladder blocks in the seed? This is it.
Ladder block. Crim clears this room, finds Zelda, goes right twice, locates Ganon, and yeah.
I think even if Crim gets the roar of Ganon without clearing this room, you'd probably be inclined to come back here just to check if it opens.
This isn't a friendly room, but with Red Ring and Mags, this room's a lot friendlier than Blue and Wood.
Yeah, so gonna go right now. Gonna get the roar of Ganon immediately. Gonna go through the key door first and see the bait block, which was funny to me at least.
Yeah, it was funny. It's like, cool story. Goodbye.
Alright, so Crim gonna take the first crack here at Ganon. Only has 3 hearts of blue rings, so drivers are gonna be a little bit painful, but 1 stun lock is really all you need.
It's a little bit troublesome.
Yep, gonna take the death here. I still think this is... I don't know if he plays with the room open. If you do, you almost just grab the health refill and go back and just body him.
There's a potion shop, like, almost next door as well, if needed.
True.
2 rooms out.
Gonna take the opportunity to kill some of these gels. Moonrisen didn't get to see them dropping health because the white sword, but that does give Crim a little bit more of a buffer. Was off full tile to the left, which is not necessarily fun. Yeah. Stabbing upwards there. God, man, just not having a fun time with this spawn. And another fireball there. Unfortunately, sends Crim back to start. Yeah. Let's check. You do need the stun lock, but again, once you have the 50-50 win on the stun lock, from there, you definitely got a chance to get the rest of the way. Hey, a map. We don't know if Ganon's actually the full HP either. The magical sword made it impossible to know. There's the first hit. Did not get the 50-50 roll. Will this time, maybe? No. It was a different stance. The stance really tells you all you need to know. Ooh, man, that's really unfortunate, too, because that time he got that straight-up stance with the arms down by the sides, so Ganon was absolutely going to spawn right there and was going to be able to have the chance at the stun lock. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else really happened in the seed that's of note. The red ring was bomb blocked. I think Crim got the first bomb pack at about 25 minutes. So that was a big oof that kind of further created your lead.
Yeah, I also don't recall him getting a map in one at any point, so he might not have known that that would even be a room down there.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's going to be sketchy. Wow, the spawn is just brutal. That was way wonky. That's not even I don't even know. That's just bad. Like, you can kind of know what's going on in that room if it's the normal spawn for sure, or even the full tile off. You kind of get the feeling for it, but that looked like it was some like half or 3/4 tile action. That's even I'd get bodied in that setup.
Okay, 7 hearts this time.
Just comes down to whether or not Ganon wants to play nice and be a reasonable spawn. One, two. Didn't quite get that sword out in time for the 3. Does there, but gets a couple of drivers. 4. Still just going all right. And there's the unfortunate hug there. Not eligible for magical sword. Gonna probably head to the fairy fountain, or where else do we have the option to go to? Maybe a potion shop right here. It's somewhere nearby. I know we know of one to the west. Yeah, definitely one. I think it's a vanilla potion shop over there.
It actually is. Yes, you're right.
White Sword is not 9. White Sword is in level 7. Pretty close to start, just unfortunately we didn't see it on Crim's side. As at that point we had the Innie key. And the Innie key kind of allowed Crim to go northbound, and that made the White Sword not something that he found on the path. There is a very useful drop for the gels. 2 fairies. Alright, spawning in the door so you know it's a full tile right. Can Crim make the adjustment here? Alright, stun lock time. Let's go. Well, took a driver, but still going to get more hits here. We got the stun lock back.
Looking good.
Bit difficult with the sword beams, taking the sound that you'd look for. Oof.
Oh my goodness. That was close.
Alright, so I think Crim is probably just going to look to the right first. Getting bodied here would be great. Or just going up a... Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. That left door's got a surprise for you, Crim. There we go.
All right. So with that, it's a finish time of 1:17:51. Crim's going to have to run. I think probably has stuff to get to in the morning because this is a bit late. So we'll let him get to that. Any final thoughts on your victory or just about the tournament, Moonrisen?
Oh, this tournament's been a blast, to be fair. The random percent, at first I wasn't a fan of it, but the more I play of it, the more I like the flag set. This one's such a surprise because, let's face it, Crim is such a... He's one of the foundation people of Z1R. If it ain't for him, this tournament isn't taking place.
Yep, you could say that really about everybody that's helped out too. I mean, you've covered a ton of races. Smilefires has done a lot of commentary and tracking both. And really just about everyone in the scene right now is putting in a lot of work to make sure it all functions. So from everyone at the top all the way down, that's what's making this go as smoothly as it has.
And that's a testament to all the Z1R community members. This, I've said it before, I can't say it enough. This community has been nothing short of incredible straight from day one. It's almost been a year since I've been a part of this. So if you're looking for a friendly community and rather accessible randomizer, this is a darn good spot for one.
With that, if you're looking for more action, I believe that there was a race over on Z1 Randomizer that you can catch the VOD of, as I believe that just concluded. We do have a race kicking off now between Druis and Bakuda, and then we also have the nightcap at 11:45, featuring Paratroopa and myself. So 2 matches left tonight to go watch.
If that's too late for you, there will be plenty more where that came from tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled to the schedule for where you'll be able to find those.
But yeah, with that, thanks again to Stan for tracking for us, clicking the buttons in the background. Thanks again, Smellfires. Thanks to both runners. Thanks to the community for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.
Good night, everybody.